where the colors blend, streaming dreams that never end, goofy smiles in a chaotic frame. Every heart beats the same. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Purples gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Art spills out like a messy dream. Gaming nights, we're a winning team. A loving hug in a digital room. Chaos blooms like a sweet perfume. No judgment here, just open arms. A world of music, art, and charms. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Purples gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. No judgment here, just open arms. A world of music, art, and charms. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Purples gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Cut what you love with a silly grin. The warmth of chaos pulls you in. Every laugh, a melody. Ally Muse world sets you free. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Purples gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Purples gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Under every star, purples gather, safe in the glow.
Hello! And hi Spectre, thank you for the hello. Hi Luna. You know what? We're going to go ahead and change our hat. Ow. Thank you for the treat. Thank you for the treat. Oh, we get 2 treats. Tweet! I get 2 tweets. I still gotta figure out how to get that off my face. Ow. He's just trying to bonk me. 1, 2. Okay. I do have a water beside me, but I am currently drinking soda. Right on the nose. My nose! Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna need your help. Thank you for the 3rd treat. I am going to be trying to quit soda.
I am unfazed.
I'm going to eventually put on a thing on here that says, like, no soda for so many minutes. And then, we have the water. Drink some water, dehydrated noodle. Thank you. So far I've got 3 treats. 4 treats? Where's my 4th? Oh, I took a nibble. Take off for the water. And we are going... Ow. Another treat? Thank you. Jeez. Alright, so that's 4 treats. Hi Vic, how are you? I'm getting spammed over here. And is that another water? Is that 2 waters? Well, I took a 2nd sip of water just in case. We are going to change my hat. So you guys get to watch me change my hat. What Pokemon do we want to be? Or do we want a regular witch hat? I'm gonna change the outfit before we get in. I meant to change it earlier, but you guys like dress up too, so You're good? That's good. What have you been up to today? Let's see. I got a Mimikyu. A Minim. A Nico Ghost. Lost Soul aside. What does Nico Ghost look like? Let's see what this looks like. Ah! Okay. Do we like this or do we want a different one? This is kind of cute though. I won't lie. Though my ears are in the way. So there's that one. Let's see. Be eating my second treat now. Thank you, Spectre. I love treats. They're so good. A glass of wine? I get to have a glass of wine? Oh, this is for Christmas. Oh my gosh, look. Look how big this I'm just now seeing what this looks like on here and it's freaking great. So what it would be like. One more. Do you like my glass of wine? Christmas preview, anybody? Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna play dress up for a minute before we can get into this game. We're gonna be playing a spoopy game. Alright, we're gonna be trying to romance somebody to get out of getting hurt. We've got Oogie Boogie, Pikachu hat, Plusle, Pokemon hoodies. We got Vaporeon, Glaceon, Flareon, Jolteon, Espeon, Sylveon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Eevee, which is the beginning of the evolutions. There's a pumpkin cat hoodie. We got Sally. I know you guys can't see which ones I'm showing, but oh, there are some hands that appear on screen. The hat. Alright, so we got a Glaceon, Leafeon, Eevee, Sylveon, Umbreon, Jolteon, sorry, Vaporeon, Flareon, Espeon for the witch hats. Yep. What is Lost Soul aside, by the way? I think I'm gonna go with, do I have Espeon? Have I done Espeon yet? Yeah, we've done Espeon. Let's get a new one. Dun 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 dun. Pomperin? Trying to get into spoopies. Hmm. What is this one? Okay, why is this one doing this? Why? Why? Why did this do this? They're cute, but like, I want one of them at a time, thank you. Alright, I guess we're gonna go for... Hmm... What is this? That's cute. Alright, we're gonna go for this one. Hat. Yes. Yes, yes. A tweet! Thank you! Gotta get another treat. My goodness. Spectre with all the treat giftings. I appreciate it. I love these things. And we got two left on the redeems. On the treats. Yay! Tico tico tico! I was happy. Oh, I do have a head pat option as well. I think you just type in head pat and it gives me head pats. I got points, your avatar gets bonks, you get treats. Win win win. Yeah. Valid. Oh, have you noticed when you give me water, she gets boba. Where is Pikachu? Pika Pika. Did I miss it? I missed it. Where is it? Which? Another treat. Thank you. I'm gonna have treats for days. This one was a broken treat. Action adventure RPG from 2025. You play a guy named Caster who hunted a person that opens a portal to the demon world, and he's a demon sister soul, so he hunted him to get sister soul back. Oh, gotcha. Interesting. You actually, there is a book series that you might like. This is one of my favorite book series, and one of my favorite artists. The book series is by Darren, I think it's Darren Shan, or it might be San. Let me look it up. Oh, the treats, yes. Darren Shan, yes. There is a Cirque du Freak, but the Demonata one was my first favorite. And it's got some dark stuff in there, but it's also like very like magical, whimsical, like pretty cool. I'm struggling to find the other side of this. Is it up here? Is it above? I swear it was, but there's supposed to be a back to this. Where is the back? I need the back, please. Give me the back. I have a job for you guys. I need you to remind me to drink water today because I'm not going to be able to remember this. If you guys are ever curious of what it looks like to edit a VTuber model, here we are. Why? Get on the model. Okay. Oh, the ads. Elizabeth, stop, hun. You're supposed to be sleeping. Well, that's just how it's gonna look right now. It's fine. We have a hat now. Hold on. Okay, I'm kind of back. I have a child who's not wanting to go to sleep right now. This is the game. Hopefully it comes up soon. I don't know why I'm having trouble with it showing. Give it just a second, guys. Pew pew! Also, thank you for the treats. I really appreciate it. Also, random thing. After about 2 hours, I have to randomly make bread. So that's great. My bad. Tasty treats for the nice lady. Thank you. I appreciate. Waiting on this thing to work, but I don't know why it's not. Properties. Maybe it's that. I think I might need to ask Mike what's going on with that because I have no idea. I sitting and being silly. You are being silly. You're being a goober. Oh, Mike's busy playing Crash Out. Okay, well, I don't know why this is doing this. So we might just add another source. What's going on? So we have it to where we do also high sticks. We do have it to where we do Control Shift G, and it's supposed to capture the foreground window. So like whatever.
Ran in, stood in front of me, and I was just like, okay, cool. I wish someone would clip that. That was pretty good. Just
whatever game is on the foreground, but it's not wanting to capture it, and it's just loading. Also, I can't wait until you play more Gim. But yeah, it's for some reason not capturing my last two things I tried to capture. Maybe I need to Control H? Hide? Cause I want to watch more of it. I miss your streaming. I want to see more streams. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it's not doing it. I might just have to add another game capture. BPDS. Yeah, we have it to where we have like a set thing, but I'm worried. I don't want something randomly captured without like me wanting it captured. Can't be captured using game capture. Use window capture or display capture instead. Okay. So that's the problem. That's why it's not capturing. D. Window capture. Bloody painter. You guys get to see me probably have lots of chaos, and I might cry and panic and all of the things. This has a lot of disclaimers to it. Please, please, please read these disclaimers beforehand. Because I also have problems with certain things, and if you have problems with certain things, I do not want you to have to deal with it. Yeah, this goes with the horror theme. We're doing scary stuff, and this counts as scary for me. It's supposed to be a dating sim. We are supposed to basically date ourselves out of chaos and getting owies and all of those things. So please read this. The general content warnings. 1. If you are 13 years of age or below, as it says on here, please hop out of the stream right now. If you have issues with violence, realistic gore, jump scares, starvation, realistic depictions of graphic violence, auditory gore, murder, death, dismemberment, graphic self decapitation, realistic severed head. Please. Please. Keep in mind, this is not for everybody. I am highly surprised that I am doing this. Yes, if you are 13 or less, honestly, if you are 17 or less, you are not allowed in here. Respectfully, you are not allowed in here. I will not allow you in here. If we find out that you are that age, you are insta-banned. Forget to mention, guys, turns white. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is an interesting spin. Okay, guys, we are going to hop in this game. Thank you for being here. If you want to, you are able to, like, if you are not into this, there should be the ability to still comment but not have to watch. I'm not sure how you do that, but you are welcome to do that as well. Only... Oh, how does this bring it over my chat? That's interesting. But only if you're above 18. 18 or above. We do have some really cute fish things to do, so you can do those too. Horror? Yeah, I do terrible with this. Sorry that you can't see my actual real face reactions, but this is the closest that we're going to be able to have for a while. Also, thank you for the follow. I was not trying to ignore you. I was trying to make sure that everybody knew how important it was. I love the horror. I'm a psychological writer. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I remember you talking about your books and stuff. In the game, players can easily die. I'm already scared. If you encounter a murder, please call the police first. It's unrealistic to develop a romantic relationship with a murderer. Please don't do that. Highly do not recommend. It's all good. It's me, Deppy, from the other day. Oh, hi! How are ya? This is a romance game. I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. There we go. How's the audio for the game for you guys? Well, actually, let me go turn it down for me. Yeah, I will likely have a jump scare. How's that? I probably should put a peak for the filters. Audio filter. Just a tiny bit higher? Okay. A limiter. Alright, how's that? Good? Alright. I put a limiter on it so it shouldn't get too high for you guys. Alright, back to menu. Cancel. Yeah, cancel! 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 Thank you. Alright, we're ready. We're going in. Somebody hold my hand. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before you lost consciousness. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. What should we investigate first? Probably cell phone. No signal. I might be in a remote place or underground. Where to investigate next? What would you do realistically? Obviously, you would try to get out of this room, right? You're not gonna want to investigate the mattress or the meal. The cell phone was in case you needed help. Obviously not the wall. I'm gonna say the door. You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Where to investigate next? Well, I guess we can investigate the mattress. There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. Where to investigate next? We're just gonna investigate everything. The meal. Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. Also, a round plastic fork that's completely harmless was thoughtfully attached. It's still warm. It feels like it was sent here not long ago. Where to investigate next? The wall! The room is surrounded by 4 walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up, and no ashes or sand can be seen. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. Where to investigate next? We're done investigating. What's the next move? Listen. You can't hear any sound other than your own breathing. The soundproofing in this room seems particularly good. You don't want to knock over your meal. That's going to anger the person. You don't want to yell for help, because that's going to anger the person, and our goal is to romance him out of here. Just sleep until this... Oh my goodness. I mean, at this point... Okay, so do we want to yell for help or do we want to sleep? I guess we'll just sleep. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See what happens. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by nervousness, but you still fall asleep. Huh? You open your eyes after hearing some noises. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He remains silent, as if he is sizing up his prey. He points to the plate on the floor, like indicating that you should finish your meal quickly. Thinking that the strange man might have poisoned the meal, you shake your head in fear. Seeing you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed.
You can't die. Not now.
He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice.
The freezer is full.
What does that mean?
The freezer is full, and there's no space for more. 7 days.
He pauses and thinks.
There won't be space until 7 days later. If you die now, you'll rot.
What do you mean? So I only have 7 days left to live? He nods and walks out of the door. Wait, you can't just leave me here like this. Please! Your cries can't stop the door from closing. Day 1, night. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Meal. That's pretty interesting. Despite the creepiness, he is kind of cute. A bread and a bottle of water. He gave us a croissant! You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of a man walking around. Seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Mattress. Yes. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. Day 2, morning. Let's investigate and look around. Meal. Empty plate. Door. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see that there is a vague figure at the end of the door. Observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. This is an artwork made of the human body, not a human being. Ah! You hear the door open. You slowly push the door, and there is no trace of the strange man. First, you go into a room with a large freezer, sink, and operating table. Then you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are all filled with specimens made from human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as a material for specimen artwork? You're thinking. You've seen this scene. As much as I would like to get out of here, if I do this, I might be able to figure out a way to talk to him to coerce my way out of here. You look around and admire his work with relish. You look at them for 15 minutes straight.
Interesting.
You hear a voice coming from the corner. It turns out the man has been watching you from a blind spot behind the glass cabinet. I like them. They're so beautiful. The man goes silent with his head tilted for a couple of seconds after hearing your comment. He seems to be thinking about something.
Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them?
No, I feel nothing at all. Creep out the creeper.
You're such a weirdo.
You think, aren't you talking about yourself? After you have a tour in his display room, he locks you back in the small room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Maybe I earned some brownie points with him. Yes! Your survival rate increases. Day 3, night. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You are waiting for him to bring dinner, but what you get is not dinner. Instead, you hear the door was opened. A light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into that light. You first arrive at the room with an operating table outside of the door. But this time the operating table is not empty. There's a defrosted human corpse on it. The man pops out of somewhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hand to you.
First, where do you think the first cut should be?
His voice tone sounds cold, like the kind of teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. That's probably going to get me killed. That's going to make him, like, not trust me. That's going to intrigue him, but I really don't want to do that. Fine. Maybe beautiful works always come with some sacrifices. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen of the corpse with the knife. But oh, I ate all my treats! But due to lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked and ugly. And this is when he gets close behind your back and holds your hand. You're both holding the surgical knife, like you two are cutting a cake together. Oh my gosh. I'm holding my stuffy, no, it's fine. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. You can smell an ocean perfume on him due to how close you are. It seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of formalin. You can feel his warmth with your back, but his fingers are a little cold. He's focusing on cutting the corpse, and your hand keeps moving under his lead. He could have killed you or ignored you, but he didn't. You start to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty in his process and understand him? I feel like this is a replay of you. You think. After the happy creative time ends, you're locked into the room where you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Day 4, noon. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You notice that something is shining at the corner. A key. It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover that there are unnatural uneven marks from one wall to the corner. You find a trapdoor. After pushing the trapdoor, you see a normal basement storage room. At the corner of the storage room, you see a stair that goes up. It turns out that this is really... Hold on. Hi guys, I'm sorry, I had to go on BRB for a second. She's just not having a good night. Alright, let's continue this. It turns out that this is really an underground secret room. Hidden layer by layer with a trapdoor. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden board. You push it hard. What catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. Then you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. You look around and find there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin, and there is also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. He's got some of his creepy stuff up here too. I do shadow. You I do have a Discord for the community. Ow. You look around to find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin, and there is also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin lying on the sofa. The ocean-scented perfume and the faint smell of formalin emanates from his body. It's him! He is the masked man who kidnapped you, but he is not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and seems to be trembling. It looks like he's sick. At this time, you decide to technically I could escape, but I can see issues with this currently. So let's just see what happens when we take care of him. You can't bear to leave him alone. So you reach out and touch his forehead. Whoa, so hot. You try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. Kitchen. The kitchen is spotlessly clean. Fridge. There are some ice cubes in it. These can cool down his body temperature. Cabinet. You find some clean towels in the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in ice water and place it on the patient's forehead to cool him down. The living room is spotlessly clean. You know, we probably don't need to investigate anymore. You return to the living room, wring out the excess water from a towel soaked in ice water, and place it on his forehead. I probably should have investigated a bit more so I could see if there was another means to escape. His ferocious expression gradually softened. You once again notice his fair skin and long eyelashes as his slightly curly black hair. If you don't say he is a murderer, his sleeping face looks very harmless now. He looks kind of cute. After a while, he wakes up to the scent of your brewing cocoa and sits up on the couch. He looks a little shocked. He looks around quickly and seems to understand what is going on.
Why are you doing this?
I want to ask myself that too.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away. You're such a weirdo.
Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but bitch about him. You seem to see the corners of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds, and the atmosphere between you relaxes. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he is still a little weary of you. Can you tell me who you are?
Bloody Painter. That's the name they gave me for my modus operandi. If you find it difficult to pronounce, you can call me BP.
Even though what he told you was just a nickname, at least you know how to call him now. After a brief conversation on the sofa, he does not lock you back in the underground secret room. Perhaps staying to take care of him when he fell ill was enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look at the specimen decorations in the living room. He sits on the sofa, crosses his legs, picks up a book and starts reading.
By the way, you better not try to escape. There are traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely.
You sit on the sofa. Soon, a wave of sleepiness comes over you. Today, you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold underground secret room. Your survival rate increases. Day 5, morning. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help too. After finishing speaking, you pick up a rag and bucket and join the cleaning. But you can't really see where this almost spotless house needs to be cleaned. You're just taking a clean, wet rag and wiping it on the clean cabinet. Do you usually love cleaning this much?
It would soon be covered with a layer of dust.
It must be cleaned like this 1 or 2 times a week, otherwise it would soon be covered with a layer of dust. Although he doesn't talk much, his tone and voice give you a gentle feeling and don't make you feel nervous. You climb up the short ladder and wipe the high cabinets with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out from the crack in the cabinet. You are so frightened that you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes, but what you get is not the pain of falling to the ground, but a warm feeling. You open your eyes and find that he's holding you like you're a princess. He catches you with the same old cold expression on his face.
Are you all right?
For Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm alright. It was just a cockroach. Hearing the word cockroach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabinet you just wiped, and then says calmly,
Don't come near here yet.
Why?
It's dangerous.
You can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of cockroaches. Fine, whatever you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth from his cold murderer. At least you see more of his reactions and expressions. This is the rare relaxation you have felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed over to catch you. Somehow, you feel that after these few days of getting along, maybe now you both have different ideas about each other's than you originally had. It was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted to hunt and a prey who was trying to escape. But now it has an extra layer of friendship, causing the interaction between you to have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up the old newspaper and prepare to wipe the windows, you find a police car parked on the road in the distance. 2 police officers get out of the car and keep looking towards the cabin. At some point, BP is already behind you, looking out the window with you.
Wait for a second.
And then he walks out of the door to talk to the police officers.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you Mr. Otis?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket.
Have these people committed a crime and are running away?
No, these people are the missing people around this area.
I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear around here.
Can we check out your cabin?
Yes, come in.
BP behaves very kindly and politely. After speaking, he leads the way for the police officers.
Please, follow my footsteps. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them.
Guys, I'm gonna have to be right back real fast. I'm so sorry. Enjoy the BRB videos.
In a pixel sky where the colors blend, streaming dreams that never end, goofy smiles in a chaotic frame. Every heart beats the same. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star. Almost gathered, safe in the glow.
I love that meme too.
I hope you know. Art spills out like a messy dream. Game and nights, we're a winning team.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Chaos
Fucking love that meme too.
no judgment here.
I love that fucking meme.
Just open.
I should have that shit as a redeem. There's so many. I'm gonna change. I feel like I might change a lot of my redeems to more relevant memes that I enjoy. Not necessarily relevant, but like the good old days of memes and stuff. Like some really funny, like old memes and stuff like that. I want to change.
I had the answer on the plot board. Yeah, well, I'm trying to find secrets and items to collect, okay, Alan? Calm down.
Almost gathered, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know.
Complaciendo para todos los bailadores con esta rola que dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eso.
How we muse world sets you free. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star. Bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star. Bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. All are welcome, come as you are.
Got it!
Every star, under every star.
I got confused.
This is your place. I hope you know.
Well, maybe we'll find another balloon. Hey yo! Hey look! Another balloon! You're not gonna do anything.
In the pixel sky where the
It's so gross.
streaming
Oh,
never end goofy smiles.
Oh, why can I smell it?
that is so gross.
Beats the same. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star. Bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Art spills out like a messy dream. Gaming nights, we're a winning team. A loving hug in a digital room. Chaos blends like a sweet perfume. No judgment here. Just
Get in the house.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
All are welcome, come as you are. From near,
Oh Jesus!
Run, Skip, run! We're gonna get N7.
I'm coming, distribute. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Let's see if I can't give you some cover.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Careful on the other
Oh,
side of that
bad
fence.
luck.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm down. Where is that?
Oh shit! Thank you for the other sub streaming.
Oh, I see.
Science for the biddies.
Oh, she's frozen.
She's like literally frozen. Okay.
Come to me, girl. There we go. This flag won't kill you.
Oh my god, I froze.
I froze
on it.
He's so.
Come on, girl. We gotta get out of here before it kills us.
I'm trying.
Hiding. Finishing my sentence I've tried to complete 4 times now. The thing I like more about this game is even when I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm still having fun, whereas in Dead by Daylight, it's just like, if it's not going well, you're not having a good time.
Let's get back on the road. There's a road there. There's that over there. Yeehaw! Oh, Jesus! Oh, fuck! Oh, balls! Somebody clip that. That was crazy. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I think I broke it. Nope. I'm okay.
I mean, I'm gonna try to get us away from these guys. Alright. We're going into the storm. The eye of the storm. Hey, motherfucker! I just fucking repaired that! God damn it! You dirty scallywag! Who's driving the boat? Wait, if you're here, then who's driving the boat? I'll just let that kind of do its thing until we get into the storm.
Just open arms. A world of music, art, and charm. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far,
Oops.
art and charms. All are welcome as you
Oh, knocked her! Ah! Is that you shooting?
all are welcome, come as you are.
Understand like at all why there was this voice coming from his knee, and he's like, how did this happen? And he's like, oh no, listen to my shin. And he does it, and he listens to the shin, and the same voice comes up, and he's like, $5 dude, 5 bucks, I promise you I'll pay you back. Doctor is baffled by this, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go ask some colleagues real quick, I'll be right back, get back with you. Talks to his colleagues, they've never heard anything about this. Looks in all his books, nothing. Comes back to the room, and he looks at the man and says, honestly, I'm not sure what's going on, but I can tell you this. I think your leg is broken 3 places.
In a pixel sky where the colors blend, streaming
That doesn't prove his guilt.
No, but it earns my suspicion. Sogen arrived from Kamiagata at the beginning of autumn.
When we first heard the Mongols plan to invade,
The plot to destroy my clan took precision, planning.
and a war to cover the treachery.
art spills out like a messy dream. Gaming nights, we're a winning team. A loving hug in a
Where is that monk?
chaos blooms like a sweet perfume. No
Whoa.
judgment,
Hello! How's it going?
open arms.
Man.
A world of music, art, and charms. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star.
Heck yeah.
Bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place.
Alright, everybody, put your flashlights on the toe.
No judgment here, just open arms. A world
Hey,
of music,
hey.
art, and charms. All are welcome,
There we go.
come as you are. From near, from
Ah! Yeah! Ah!
star. Bubbles gather, safe in the glow.
Oh my god, I Cola!
You know.
Well, that's a one way to enter a stream tonight.
Fucking time.
No, don't you dare.
What'd you do?
I heard fucking Mariah Carey.
Gary. Okay, hold on.
Mike, don't you do it, sir.
Oh god. Oh girl. That's not happening.
Oh no! Pixels.
Sounds like a good time to go to me.
In a pixel sky with a color.
Okay, guys. Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry for taking so long. How are you? I hope you enjoyed the scenes. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm not feeling the best today. But we'll go ahead and get back in here. Let's go ahead and throw some fishing. Okay. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against the wild wolves. You don't want to step on them. The police officers enter the house and see you. Hello, this is...
An old friend who came to visit me recently.
You greet the police officers with a smile and a nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing person's photos in his hand. Then he puts the photo back in his pocket. It seems that your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You stand next to the bookcase blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, the police find nothing unusual and leave. His trust in you increases. Today you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of the cold basement. Half asleep, you hear the sound of someone approaching. When you notice it, the person seems to be very close to you. You pretend to be asleep, and the person just looks at you sleeping face quietly. The man stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he is about to touch your hair. He turns around and leaves. Day 6. Morning. You see him busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. There is a piece of toast with just the right crispiness on the large round plate, a poached egg on top of the toast, and some lettuce salad. The plating looks delicious. The drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. The cutlery he gives you is still a round plastic fork with no offensive features. You sit at the dining table and start eating, while he sits on the chair opposite you and flips through a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sound of the fireplace, the atmosphere in the cabin is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you're in the same room with a murderer who kidnapped you, everything is really relaxing. You look at him, who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your mind, and you decide to. Can I ask you a question?
What is it? Usually, I would read some anatomy and taxidermy books, but today is different.
What are you reading today?
The Truman Show.
What is the book like?
The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happens is watched by the audience, and there is no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater. Very ridiculous, right? I can't imagine this to happen in reality, or to me. If our world was like The Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation?
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you, Spectre! Ow!
Excited? Why?
They may be attracted by your charm and want to be killed by you. Owie! Are you trying to bonk me again? I think there is a cooldown for that one in particular. I need water. Hi, so I'm doing okay. How are you? Welcome in.
Incomprehensible. But what a bunch of weirdos with good taste.
Ah, another tree. Dinka dinka. Appreciate. I love tweet. It's hard to tell from his poker face whether he's seriously boasting or joking. You ask bravely. He looks up at you for a moment.
I was going to make you into some kind of doll at first.
At first?
Your eyes are beautiful, but if they are left alone, they'll become rotten and sunken. So I would like to dig your eyes out and put them in a glass jar and soak them in formalin to preserve them.
That's not creepy at all. I'm still 1059 in the New World queue. I missed Pixel's Invasion. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you eventually get to enjoy the game today.
Glass beads will be placed in the empty eye sockets to replace the eyes.
Okay, Spectre, your treat has been consumed. I am working on Ace's treat. Glass beads will be placed in the empty eye sockets.
You look very pleasing to the eye, so I would also like to keep the head intact.
The tweet. Might see a login before I got to sleep. Oh dang, that sucks. The tweet? Yeah, the tweet! Tweet. Thanks for the
You're
compliment.
welcome.
Oh, look, he smiled! I got him to smile! Hee hee! Why did he say at first? Has his mind changed? You're curious, but you don't have the guts to ask any further. He looks creepy smiling. I mean, you're not wrong, but a lot cuter than earlier, and he is being a little softer on us right now, so I'm gonna take it. About potted plants. I saw many potted plants on the shelves in the living room. But why were they all withered?
I have tried my best. I don't know why they always die.
Possibility of having a completely opposite version of yourself in a parallel world. Sorry, I would have read the first sentence, but I had water. If there is a complete opposite version of you, what do you think it would be like?
Oh, that book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat and always having a smile on his face.
Why is it a burgundy coat?
Because I like blue. If he is the opposite of me, he should like red, right?
Not the red versus blue again. End conversation. Day 6, noon. It's noon time. To thank you for making breakfast for me today, let me make lunch in return. He frowns at you with an expression like, "Are you out of your mind?" Don't worry, you said there are traps outside the house. Only you know how to get in and out normally. Even if I resist you with a knife, I can't escape.
Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you. Don't try anything stupid.
Great! As for what to cook and the ingredients, well... Bad idea flashes through your head, and curiosity makes you ask, do you eat human flesh?
No, why would I do that? I just use human bodies as materials for making art, and I never think about eating them.
That's good at least! I thought you murderers all had some degree of cannibalism.
Let's put it this way. Do you eat paint and painting tools? Just because I kill people to use as materials to make works doesn't mean I will eat them. Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and kill purely for the sake of killing. Don't confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy. I wouldn't do anything unless necessary. You are here only because you witnessed the crime scene.
I see. Eating people equals eating paint? Yikes. Yeah, basically. Well, it does say bloody painter, so I mean, I guess that makes sense. I see. After hearing this, you decide to cook a common dish. You look at the ingredients in the refrigerator. There are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, and some curry powder on this shelf. Come on, it's ketchup, right? It's gotta be ketchup! For real. Okay, I've decided! You turn on the oven and start to cook. BP watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Soon after, a normal curry omelet rice was served. He stares at the omelet rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? He starts to move after you finish speaking. He takes a spoonful of omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. It's an exploding omelet! Yeah! What do you think?
It's surprisingly quite delicious.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just that no one has cooked for me for a long time.
I can make you more if you like. You had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Day 6, late night.
Hey!
Huh? You were woken up from your sleep by the man. His face is close to you, and his blue eyes are staring at you. What's wrong? You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes.
Got to go.
Got to go?
I've noticed something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently. They must have some relevant evidence and are doubting it. It is very likely there is an ambush outside. It's snowing heavily outside now, and I think it's time to leave now. Come with me or not, it's your choice.
What do you want me to do? I'm fine with both choices, but I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me, what do you prefer me to do? You stare at his eyes.
I prefer.
He hesitates to speak and looks away, looking like he's thinking about something. Your behavior makes him a little panicked, and he doesn't seem to be good at this kind of situation. You notice that his ears are flushed, and this unexpected reaction makes you want to tease him a little bit. What do you prefer me to do?
I prefer.
Oh, look, he's blushing. After a moment of silence, he slowly speaks.
Let you come with me.
He tries hard to look at you in the eyes and speaks his thoughts.
We'll set off early tomorrow morning.
Day 7.
Follow my footsteps.
You follow the shoe prints he leaves on the snow and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you are walking through the forest, you hear movement behind you. Freeze! In the snowstorm, several policemen who were lying in ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. Bing! A gunshot shoots across the sky, and you feel a pain in your left calf. You are shot. He turns to look at you, as if he's considering whether to leave you. Run! You yell at him, but he approaches you. And he holds you in his arms. You feel a warmth on your forehead. Ah! He kisses your forehead. You feel that time freezes at this moment. The kiss is almost like a goodbye. Then he leaves you and runs forward, disappearing into the heavy snow. You are later taken back to the police for questioning. You say throughout the process that you were a victim. On that note, you're not lying. You don't reveal any unnecessary details. Since there is no relevant evidence to prove that you are an accomplice, the police can only release you after a long period of interrogation. After that, two years passed. Now you live in a cheap little apartment. You live an ordinary life as if what happened 2 years ago never happened. Today is Halloween, and every house nearby has put some thought into making decorations. But for you, it's just another day at work. When you return to your apartment after getting off work in the evening, the strange thing is that as soon as you open the door, you feel a gust of wind. You remember that you closed the window before going out. Just when you are about to close the window, you find a gift left by someone on the table next to the window sill. A red rose. You don't know why, but you have a feeling that BP has been here. Every Halloween after that, you receive a rose at your residence. It's like a once-a-year greeting. Although he says nothing, the rose seems to tell everything. Although you have certain similarities, you are two people from different worlds after all. Perhaps living your own life this way is the best outcome for both of you. Good end for two different worlds. Aww, well, we had the good end. Looks like that's it for this game. What did we think? What did we think? Did we enjoy the game? Was it fun? I didn't see enough. I'm sorry. I started a little bit late today. That's my fault. It was like, I will say it was kind of sweet, but it was like in a not healthy way. Was not healthy. It's okay. I had a nice talk with my mom on the way home from work. Well, that's good. That's really good. Let's see. Is there any other games that we can play? I've got 24 minutes until I've got to go and put this bread into the oven. Let's see. Library. She's in NC, and I'm in Cali. A whole world between us. Oh my. That is quite a distance. Let's see. Was it this that I was? And not that one. So we did the Bloody Painter. That wasn't terrible. Bloomtail. I want to do Halloween something. Buck. Ah! Do we have a game we want to recommend, guys? An easy, like, small game. Could be multiplayer. Oh, we've got a date with death. We can do that. I could play that one again if we want more, dating sim. There's Doki Doki Literature Club. I haven't done that one. Da, 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 da. We gotta find something that's not too much space. I want to play that one. I heard it dark. Date with Death? Not Doki Doki? No, it was called A Date with Death. Oh, you meant Doki Doki. Gotcha. I can do this home designer thing, but Gets lonely. What is this one about? I think female protagonist. Does not have anything like. Okay, yeah, we're gonna play this one. So there's a game. It's another kind of similar to this one, but this one I think is slightly different. There is nothing naughty about this game from my understanding. It is a visual novel. It is meant to be cute, but it also has some kind of spooky stuff with it. Sorry, playing and typing, that's why typos. All good. Still appreciate you. Do 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 do. Monster creatures I hear looking through the window. Monster creatures I hear looking through the. Maybe. Control Shift G. Okay. So maybe I need to make that smaller? Bigger? That just looks cool. English. I don't know what this loading thing in the middle of my screen is. Okay, I gotta change the title of this. So let's switch games. Okay. Well, on full screen. Does that make it better for you guys? Okay, why is this being weird? So we need to unlock that in the game window. Control F. Oh, heck no. Why is this like this? Okay, I hope that works for you guys. Alright. Read text. No, I don't want to skip anything. English. Start. Let's go. You are running through the forest. It's late at night and the sky is pitch black. There is nothing to light your way, save for the moon's milky glow. But its rays cannot reach you, not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the night. You cannot see where you are going, even if you had commenced your flight at a more sensible hour. However, with the light of the sun to aid you, it would be of little use. You do not know where you are going. You have no map, no route, no plan. You are running like a frightened animal, anxious and nervy, with no destination in mind. Mellow! That's cute. I like that. You have no desire, as you run to save to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught. If that were to happen, you are certain that you would be ruined. You have no choice, therefore, but to keep going on and on and on, though your feet are screaming at you for mercy. You have no idea how long you have been running. Time has begun to blend together. It has lost all meaning. Scream, you! Ah! Something sharp snags at the hem of your skirt, but you do not have the luxury to pause and examine what has happened. Instead, you tug. Your skirt tears, the sound splitting through the forest, and you stumble towards with a shocked gasp. You are free, but at what cost? Your skirt has been irrevocably damaged. It might be too late to worry about such trivial matters now, though. If you do not start running again, and soon, she will catch you, then your life will be over. You do not know if she is still following you, but you do not want to risk looking over your shoulder. If you were to see her, silhouetted beneath a tree, looking at you with that sickly sweet smile when she ensnared you. Ensnared, my bad. You would lose what little nerve you possess. Your legs would lock up and your blood would freeze in your veins. Then you would crumble. You would fall, but you would not hit the ground. She would be there to catch you. Did she not promise, when you made that contract, that you would never be alone? You would like to take back that silly wish of yours, but it's too late for that. It's too late for a lot of things, and all you can do is run. You run and run while icy fog swirls about your feet. It's cold enough to sap the heat from your body, and you shudder from it. It feels as though you are drowning. Hi, Granny! It feels as though you are being... You might not like this stream, just so you know. Love you though. This one, it's we're doing scary streams for Halloween season. Later. Love you. It feels as though you are being buried alive. Your knees and your shins, meanwhile, are bleeding. You cannot endure much more of this, but if you value your own life, you must. You run, and you run, and you run, until, at long last, you reach a fork in the road. There are 3 paths which split off through the forest. Well, 4 if you count the path down which you came. You cannot exactly double back on yourself, though. Not when you have put in so much effort into running forwards. You can only press on. 3 paths are signposted, which is something of a strange sight given you are so deep in the forest. Dark though it might be, you have grown accustomed to the shadows. You can just about pick the writing on this old, dilapidated signpost, carved and slanted though it is. Your fate, it will forgive me for sounding cliché, is in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take? Alright, are we doing shore, village, or castle? Castle? We'll do castle. So, you want to go to the castle? Good idea. All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles once they're beleaguered. Beleaguered. Put upon heroines are finally able to wed the handsome princes they once dreamed of. Why bother trying your luck with the shore, which may very well be deserted, or the village, which will be full of dirty, barefoot peasants? It is far better to skip the suffering and go straight to the grand finale. That is very astute of you. I did not realize you had it in you to be so mercenary. I can only wonder what you will uncover during your moonlight meanderings. The night is far from over, and your adventures are only just beginning. I hope only that you have brushed up on your curtsies. They might come in handy when one is interacting with a sovereign. Royals can be temperamental after all. If you fail to treat them with a prerequisite amount of respect, you might come to regret it. You follow the path which leads to the castle, supporting yourself on weary, aching legs which feel ready, at a moment's notice, to detach from your hips. You are little more than a wisp of a girl, but you have been running for so very long and your feet are so very numb. You feel like a great lumbering thing, clumsy and ungainly. The soles of your feet are screaming at you. You need to lie down, and quickly. You only hope, as you continue to run, that you will find a spare room available for you in the castle. You do not know what, exactly, will await you at the castle, but you have visions, as you run, of a vast, opulent dwelling. This dwelling will surely be full of finely furnished rooms in which you might rest your weary head. There must also be a king and queen inside this castle, you ponder, who will be kind and wise. And what of their children? What of a princess? Every good castle must possess a princess who will take pity on you in your plight. You can imagine the face of this generous princess with ease, thanks to the fairy tales you read in abundance as a small child. The princess will be fair of air and blue of eye, with soft pink lips pursed like rosebuds. Her limbs will be slender, her hands dainty and unsullied from physical labor, and her sensibilities will be sweeter than marzipan. She will be kind to you and compensate, just like an older sister. You do not know what older sisters are like, though. Or younger sisters, for that matter. You are only guessing. You are not a complete fool, however, despite your tendency to daydream, and you have a few reservations. Monarchs do not. As you know from ferocious reading, have the best track record when it comes to caring for the peasantry. Was there not a famous queen who once said, with a cavalier wave of the hand, that the hungry peasants in her kingdom should content themselves with cake if bread was not an option? You think that this might be a misquote, but the point still stands. Though royals are supposed to grant their subjects succor in their time of need, this does not always happen. In fact, it rarely happens. Kings and queens and princesses and princes are just people at the end of the day, and they are subject to the same caprices that all humans are. They can also be careless, selfish, and inconsiderate. There is no guarantee that this mythical princess of our imagination will help you. Why? There is no guarantee that this mythical princess exists at all. Still, you must try. It is this hope which keeps you going. My bad. Oops. You continue to run to the castle. It takes some time before you fully emerge from the woods, but finally you do it. How much time, you ask? I cannot answer that. Did I not say that time had begun to lose all its meaning? The forest is behind you now, at least, and all the awful nightmares which dwelt within it. It is still cold, though, and foggy, and very, very dark. The sun has yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly now, though, as it hangs above your head, round as any pearl or orb or crystal ball, the moonlight shines down upon the castle, which looms in front of you like its cliffside. The stone edifice of the building is imposing, and it drowns you in shadows darker than the depths of the deepest ocean. The castle is not all dark, though, and not like the night sky above it. When you crane your head, you can see that there are lights flickering within a narrow, slitted windows. it would appear that somebody is home. The king and queen, perhaps. What of their servants? What, perhaps, more pressingly, of their guards? You half expect, as you stand there, that armored knights will accost you for daring to approach the castle of King and Queen so-and-so. Do you not know your place, foolish peasant girl with a dirty skirt? Begone with you! You are not, of course, a peasant. Your family is a wealthy one, or rather, they were, before your father made a series of poor financial decisions. You do not look like a young lady right now, though. With your dirty face and your dirty skirt, which is torn at the hem, if any guards were to take you for a vagrant, it would not be surprising. But though you stand there dithering, your filthy fingers hooked in front of your filthy skirt, you do not hear any cries. Nobody sounds the alarm. Lights might be on the inside of the castle, but there is nobody outside of the perimeter standing sentry. There is nobody to impede your entry, and the elaborate iron gates which are set in the vast stone walls about the castle's exterior are open just a crack. It would be a trivial matter to slip inside. There is nobody to stop you. Why are you trembling now, you silly thing? You have come so very far, it would be an act of foolishness to turn around now. Go on. Go! You inhale, perhaps in an attempt to screw up your courage, which has, at long last, begun to fail you. And then you step forwards. You slide between the wrought iron gates, as stealthy and as secretive as the thief. Then you cross the path which leads up to the wall, imposing structure. The domed doorway which leads into the castle itself, hewn from stone, is closed, but at a push of your palm it swings inwards. The door creaks alarmingly as it opens, the sound loud enough to split the silence like a thunderclap. You inhale at this and glance around, your eyes darting hither and thither. If there are any guards posted about the castle's grounds, they should have all been alerted by that sound. Will they come for you, at long last? What will happen should they catch you? Will they throw you in the dungeons? That does not sound like a pleasant way to spend the night. At least you would have a roof over your head, though, and you would not have to keep walking. Your feet really do ache. You stand there for an interminable amount of time, your heart pounding and panicked, irregular rhythm in the base of your throat. But no matter how much time elapses, no guards come. You are thankful for your good luck, though it does make you wonder. Where is everybody? Why is it almost as if all the people in the world have disappeared? Could you be the very last human alive? You frown. Then press your palm back against the door. You push less cautiously this time, heedless of this loud sound which splits to silence. There is no point in worrying about the guards, not when they might very well be non-existent. Your entry to the castle secured, you then take a step forwards. The door swings shut behind you, and the resultant slam makes you jump. You did not expect it. Your heart knocks against your ribs, and the wild eyes you glance about. You're standing in a vast entrance hall made of stone, which splits off into any number of passages. At the very end of the hall, meanwhile, there is a large, elaborate staircase. One which seems to extend to the heavens themselves. It is dark inside the hall, but there are numerous torches set in sconces in the stone wall, which are aflame. They offer some relief from the shadows. You can hear the faint sound of the wind outdoors as it moans against the castle's impervious walls, but you cannot hear any footsteps. You cannot hear any voices. You cannot, more importantly, hear any people. Maybe the castle is empty. If that's the case, though, then who lit these torches? It is a curious conundrum. You muster up what remains of your courage, then cry out, addressing the empty hall in timorous voice, which fails to properly fill up the space. "Hello," you say, your eyes wide. "Is anybody there?" Your voice echoes through the vast empty hall, but it is met, yet again, with silence. I'm sorry, your princess is in a different castle. You cannot say you are too surprised, but it is somewhat disappointing. Not one to be deterred, you try again and again, your voice growing louder with each subsequent attempt. No matter how loud your voice, however, it fails to reach any ears. If anybody is here, they do not seem to be particularly social. That, or perhaps they simply cannot hear you. Could they be in another room? Yes, that must be it. You will never find that pretty fairy tale princess of your imagination if you stand idle, you know. Is it time to get to work? Put those legs of yours to good use? How are we liking this so far? I hope I'm reading well. I don't do the best with public reading. Not knowing what else to do. Is there anything else you can do? You go to explore. You examine the rooms first on the ground floor of the castle, which are similar to scale to the impressive entrance hall, large and richly furnished, but utterly unoccupied. You're doing awesome, thank you. After some time of aimless mendering, encountering nobody save the ghost of aeons past memorialized on portraits upon the walls, you muster the courage to ascend to the second floor. This floor, too, you examine, wandering through a seemingly endless series of hallways until, at long last, you find a door which is ajar. From between the crack in the door and the jamb, you can see flickering light, irregular, yes, but it is light nonetheless. Could it be from a fireplace? That would suggest, then, that this room is occupied, unlike all the others. Perhaps the kindly princess you dreamed of will be awaiting you in this room. It is with a trembling hand that you press your palm against the door. You push it. Then you step inside the bedchamber, which unveils itself to you. Shyly you stand in the threshold of the chamber, much of your courage extinguished, and gasp. The bedroom itself is gorgeous. It is a chamber so luxuriant. Not even the shadows can obscure the fine craft of the furniture within it, nor the rich patterns on the walls. It is the girl inhabiting the chamber, however, who truly takes your breath away. Sitting upon the velveteen sheets of the towering four-poster is a girl in sumptuous red gown, who seems to be of a like age to you. You do not have a clear view of the girl's face. Her head is bowed, her gaze directed downwards at her lap. You can tell from her hair, however, and from her slender calves which protrude from beneath the hem of her dress that she is very pretty. The girl's hair is golden, just like freshly cut wheat, but it is the red of her dress which truly captures your attention. She is so striking, yet you cannot look away from her. The girl is not alone in her chamber either. She has a companion, though this companion is not half so endearing as she. In her lap, perched upon her velvet skirt, is a doll. The doll's hair, like that of her mistress's, is golden, though much of it is hidden beneath the bonnet. The girl is adjusting the china teacup held in the doll's tiny hand, while the rim of the cup glints in the light which exudes from the fireplace. If the girl is of similar age to you, it seems strange that she would content herself by playing with dolls. Is she not too old for it? This girl would be more at home, you decide, at a ball, wearing an extravagant gown, speaking with wealthy noblemen, perhaps even princess. She could not be sitting in what you presume is her bedchamber, adjusting a teacup in a doll's hand. But you are not afforded much more time to stand there, marveling at the girl, because she turns. She raises her head, then her eyes meet yours. You thought the girl pretty when you first observed her, sitting on the edge of her plush velveteen bed examining her doll. Now she is looking at you, however, her face illuminated by the flames in their grate. You can see that you were mistaken. She is not just pretty, she is beautiful. So much so, it is breathtaking. She looks as though she stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong to this world. Perhaps she is some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. But no, she is none of those things. The doll on her lap is a cold, hard thing made of porcelain, and it is unflinchingly, reassuringly real. If she were a mirage, surely she would not be able to handle physical objects such as this. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to take a BRB. I need to go and bake this bread before it gets bad, and my voice needs a slight rest because it's hurting from trying to do that voice for so long. I'm still gonna be here. I'm gonna be messaging and chatting in the chat, so please keep it going. I will still be doing the redeems. You may not be able to see them though. Keep fishing, throwing treats or water, whatever you guys choose. I will be right back. Enjoy the BRBs. Thanks guys!
In a pixel sky where the colors blend, streaming dreams that never end, goofy smiles in a chaotic frame, every heart beats the same. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star, bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Art spills out like a messy dream, gaming nights, we're a winning team, a loving hug in a digital room, chaos.
Shut your mouth!
Judgment here, just open arms.
Oh, he's right at my rooms. Okay. Okay, here we go. Shut your mouth.
Emotional damage! Emotional damage! Emotional damage. Emotional damage. Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
I just needed you to know. I love you.
My disappointment.
Hold on, I gotta go back.
Hello there.
The Mr. Stark.
Emotional damage.
Thank you.
I just needed you to know.
Emotional damage.
We were just playing the Stanley Parable.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
What's going on?
Emotional damage.
Ran in, stood in front of me, and I was just like, okay, cool. I wish someone would clip that. That was pretty good. Just had two guys just. Oh, look, a free point.
Every heart beats the same. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star, bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Art spills out like a messy dream. Gaming nights, we're a winning team. A loving hug in a digital room. Chaos blooms like a sweet perfume. No judgment here, just open arms. Art and charm. All around, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star, bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Oh, judgment here, just open arms. Music, art and charms.
Incoming! How many soldiers did he hire? Show yourself! He's down!
Oh my gosh. It's so tall. Its roving head scanning. The land. Ma'am! Would you kindly shut your face? Thank you. It's so tall. Its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no.
Suck less. You know what? You know what, Akolo? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the fucking musical
For you and died myself, but
wait,
yeah,
what just
now
happened?
I'm in here. And so is Skip.
What just happened?
They ate us. They ate their bodyguard. I was the bodyguard, and they have a target over their head. The duck's gonna kill them, and we're gonna pop out.
Did I get eaten?
But we are inside the Pelican.
That's funny.
I feel like Luna always beats everyone to it, but good job, good job.
Art spills out like a messy dream. Gaming nights, we're a winning team. A loving hug in a digital room. Chaos blooms like a sweet perfume. No judgment here, just open arms. A world of music, art and charms. All are welcome, come as you are.
I died. Got headshot through a wall. By Martini Henry IC1.
What the hell?
Oh my god. So he was camping in a bush, waiting for us to extract.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel, through the mountain. Secret, 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 secret tunnel.
Let's get sparkly, bitches.
In a pixel sky where the colors blend, streaming dreams and goofy smiles. In a chaotic frame, every heart beats the same. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star, bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know. Art spills out like a messy dream. Gaming nights, we're a winning team. A loving heart,
Jump inside it, like here.
chaos blooms like a sweet perfume. No judgment here, just open arms. A world of music, art, and charms. All are welcome, come as you are. From near, from far, under every star.
I love how the fan's there so you can't cheat in the maze.
And we were.
Oh no, trust me. Oh yes.
We were absolutely doing so.
There's a few things Mike had to revise.
You didn't account for our thievery.
Our shenaniganry.
No,
I'm having such easy of a time getting past this part.
Oh god, go, 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 go.
Let's go.
Oh, these big balls are money.
How much?
I don't know. I just know that they're worth something. How much? Not that much anymore. Not that much anymore.
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying.
Sub, thank you for the sub prime. You only get one of those a month, and you used it on me. I appreciate you so much. That is fucking cool. I appreciate the love, Patient. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the love. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I've never had so many people in my channel before. Mizzy, how's it going? We got Ohana Caleb in the house, and BPG, my guy BPG, and Devo. Holy shit! You guys are gonna do it, aren't you? Y'all going hard. Oh, motherfucking hype train. What? What? Oh my god, what a... This is crazy. Oh my gosh. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. You went ultra?
Okay, that was better. That was better. Okay, I know I can dodge this. Nope. I pressed the button, it didn't dodge.
You know I can dodge this.
Nope. Too slow, old man. But, Leo, anyways.
It's damaged. Hey, Pollo.
Oh, back to you piece of shit.
He didn't.
Hello. Whoa, what is that? Why is the game doing that? That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. I'm back for 30 minutes. I've got to let it rise a little bit in the pan. And yeah, why is this doing this? There's no reload option. The heck? I'm just gonna have to add another game for this and see if it'll work. Oh, that one's not even capturing at all. Hold on, guys. I really don't know why it's doing this. It's freaking... That's being weird. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So there's that. Turn it up. I'm gonna keep the audio from the other one. Okay. Alright, well here's that. We fixed it. Alright, are we ready? Got a 30-minute timer going on, I gotta listen for it. But we're gonna try to continue this while I'm waiting. If she were a mirage, surely she would not be able to handle physical objects such as this. It is strange though. The doll, though immaculately made, looks oddly imperfect when compared to the girl who's holding it. She is so startlingly beautiful. Startlingly beautiful. She even puts man-made representations of feminine charms to shame. The sight of her makes you feel rather weak. You always have had a fondness for fair maidens, haven't you? You are rather hopeless when it comes to them, even worse than a knight errant from a courtly legend. Your aesthetic appreciation is not particularly ladylike, but, well... It is not every day a girl encounters an elegant beauty like this. Attired in red, illuminated by the firelight. I suppose I can forgive you for this rudeness, as too can the girl. She does not seem to be the type to hold a grudge. "Oh," the girl says in a voice surprisingly enough far less refined than her appearance. "It is good to see you. I have been waiting." Has she? That is news to you. You blink, perplexed, a response on the tip of your tongue, but you are unable to expel it into the ether. The girl is sitting, her doll aside. Then she stands, the hem of her dress switching about her legs. Nimbly, like a ballerina, she canvases the space between you. Her room is so very large, there is quite a lot of space. Then takes your hands into her own. "You must," the girl says, her eyes aglow with excitement, "be my new lady's maid. It's been a while, but it's such a relief that you've finally arrived. I knew that you would." "You'd never leave me alone, not when you knew how long I was waiting. Oh, I'm so happy." The girl's mood is contagious, so much so you find yourself being swept away in it. You are tempted to accept any identity she might press upon you. You have never been a maid before, but you might not mind being this girl's maid. She does not seem like a poor mistress to serve, not if she is always this kind. You cannot mask the confusion, however, which flickers across your face. You are not a good enough actress, and, in any case, this is all happening too quickly. Why, you barely know this girl. Why is she being so familiar? It is with blank, bovine eyes that you examine the girl. Your befuddlement is pronounced enough that even the girl, despite her good mood, notices it. She frowns. Then she says, her fingers sliding away from your own, "Or am I mistaken? Are you not my new lady's maid after all?" The disappointment in the girl's face is abundant, so much so your heart clenches. You do not know her. She is still a stranger. But you are struck, all of a sudden, with an intense desire to appease her. You do not want to let her down. The thought is devastating. You were not aware, you tell her, that you had applied to be her maid. But if that is what she wills, you would not be opposed to it. You pray that she forgives you, though, for your discombobulation. You come from a distant country, and you have traveled for many miles. You know not where you are, and you do not know who she is. What? You don't know who I am? It is regrettable, you tell her, but no, you do not know her. Though, that is no fault of her own. Why, you have spent such a long time running, you hardly even know yourself. Ah, so you are a fugitive then, from another country? I see. I won't pry into your past then, if you'd rather forget about it. I don't mind sharing my past with you, though. Everybody in this country knows who I am, after all. Or, at least, they should. Now, this is quite the impressive boast. If it were to come from the lips of another, you would find it unpleasantly arrogant. You do not think, however, that this girl is trying to show off. You get the feeling instead that she is merely telling the truth. You don't have the pleasure of knowing me, then allow me to do the honors. My father and my mother were the king and queen of this realm, and I am its princess. I've lived in this castle all my life, so I don't know much of the outside world. but I know that other countries do exist out there. I presume it from one of these foreign countries that you come from. It is very good to meet you. I've always wanted to talk to somebody from overseas. It feels like quite the opportunity. The girl giggles at this, and you smile in response. You tell her unthinkingly that it is your pleasure, really, to meet her, or at least, you mean to. You only get halfway through this remark when the full gravity of what the girl has told you sinks in. You come to a stop. Then, you stare. Did she just say she was a princess? Yes, that's right. I'm a princess, and one day I'll be a queen after I've done a little bit of growing up. My ministers don't think I am ready to run the country just yet, but I've been doing my best at my lessons. One day, I'm sure I'll be the best queen there ever was. So she really is a princess. That makes sense, you suppose, given that she lives in a castle, but it comes as a surprise regardless. You hadn't known, before you entered this chamber, that you were trespassing on a lady's such of great renown. Why, if she willed it, she could have you executed for your carelessness. An ugly red flush creeps up your face, a flush which is far more lurid than the princess's dress. As you look to your feet, bashfully you stammer out of a new address that you are very sorry for intruding upon her, and you hope that she can forgive you. Oh, it's all right. Think nothing of it. I don't mind, really. We all make mistakes, and anyway, you weren't to know. You said you weren't from around here? You nod your head in silent affirmation. It isn't a complete lie. You really are not from this country. You are not from this world at all. How wonderful! I'll look forward to picking your brain later. All of my servants come from a nearby village. Their tales are all the same, and so are their superstitions. I could do with a breath of fresh air. My last lady's maid told me I was too impetious, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with wanting a bit of adventure. Not that I've ever been afforded much of that, but I've been shut up in here for so long. I hardly ever get the chance to talk to other girls my age. My last lady's maid was older than me, so she was the one, and so was the one before her, and the one before her. Some of the princess's fair mood seems to dissipate as she speaks, her expression turning, by degrees, into something rather more pensive. But I haven't seen any of my old lady's maids in a while, or any of the other servants for that matter. They've all disappeared. Now that is quite curious. How would a whole household full of servants simply disappear? That I don't know. This castle was full of servants once. My lady's maids, and my undermaids, and my scullery maids, and my housekeeper, and my cooks, and a large routine of retainers. They're all gone now, though. I think my ministers must have sent them away. I don't know why they would have done that, though. They didn't explain it to me. But then again, they never explain anything to me. They still treat me like a little girl. It is so tiring. She said that her ministers sent her servants away. What of her parents, the king and the queen? Would they not be ultimate authorities in the castle's hierarchy? They would, yes, if they were still alive, but they're not. They died a long time ago. I was raised for most of my life by my servants. Oh, you answer, and then you flush. You hadn't known. It's all right. You don't need to apologize. I'm just happy that I have you now. I was getting sick and tired of only having my dolls to speak to. They aren't the best conversational partners. I can imagine so, yes. You doubt any doll, even one made by a talented artisan. My gosh. With an intelligent face indistinguishable from a human's, would be very good at answering back. Oh, no, they aren't. They're hopeless at it, really. They're so stony-lipped. You've no idea how much of a relief it is to see you. This castle is so big, and without my servants it feels so very empty. Her hair is not long enough for her to be shut up for so long. That is a valid point. You're not wrong. It gets so lonely here. Now that is an interesting turn of phrase. It catches inside your head like a burr. Have you heard it before? You do not have much time to ponder this, however, because the princess is speaking anew. In that curiously conversational manner of hers, which does not seem particularly princessy. Maybe she's learned how to speak from her servants. That would explain why her consonants are so unrefined. Oh, but listen to me, yammering on again. It's a bad habit. I really must put a stop to it. You're probably tired, dear one, from your travels. Would you like me to show you to your room? Yes, the princess announces, before you can say anything in reply. I think I'll do just that. I might show you a bit around the castle first, though. It's like amazing here, and I wouldn't want you getting lost. You'll be staying here for quite some time, after all. The princess then hastens to take you onto a tour of her home. Fortunately, she does not show all the rooms in her abode, and neither does she offer overly long descriptions as to what the few rooms she does show you are used for. She does, however, pause by the kitchens, whereat she offers you some victuals. Once the growling in your belly has been satisfied, the princess then resumes her journey. She leads you down a dark, twisting hallway and up series of equally dark, twisting steps until she arrives, at long last, before a door. The princess pushes this door aside summarily, thus permitting you entrance to a small, humble bedchamber. This chamber is not half so opulent as the grand bedroom in which the princess resides, with its resplendent four-poster and its richly patterned wallpaper. This room's ceiling is not as high, and the singular bed shoved against the wall is thin and narrow. The walls are unassuming beige, and the floor beneath your soles is of warped wood. There is a malodorous scent too, which hangs in the air, one of disuse and general decay. You get the feeling that nobody has slept in this room for quite some time. That might explain why it feels so very cold in here, though if the princess's tour of her castle has taught you anything, it is that it is cold in every room in her abode. Now, here we are, the final stop of our tour. This will be your room, dear one. I hope it is to your liking. The princess, despite her exalted status, looks somewhat uneasy as she observes you, her eyes upturned like those of the loyal dogs. I wonder if she's a vampire. Is she concerned about your reaction to this room? Perhaps she is afraid that you will turn your nose up at her kindness. For a princess, she is awfully eager to please. This unexpected contrast between the princess's lofty title and her ingratiating attitude makes you smile. The room is rather scanty, yes, when it comes to its contents, but it is more than passable. It has a roof and 4 walls, and though it is cold, you fancy you will feel warmer once you have slipped beneath the bedsheets. The room is not quite so fancy as your dormitory at the conservatoire. And neither is it so large, but it does have one glaring improvement over your previous lodgings. You will not be expected to share it with anybody else. There is only one bed in this room, and this bed is to belong to you. You think that peace and quiet will do you a world of good. You tell the princess as much, and she smiles. That's good! I was worried you wouldn't like it. I know it isn't much to look at, but it's one of the nicest servants' rooms we have in this castle. Most of the maids sleep beneath the roof, in this teeny tiny room, which is all cramped. There's 10 beds up there, and they're so close together there's barely any room to pass between them. I thought it was perfectly ghastly when I saw it last time I went up there. Not that I was supposed to go up there. It was a rainy day and I couldn't go outdoors, so I was doing a bit of exploring. If the housekeeper had known I'd been sulking around, I don't think she would have been best pleased. Well, in any case, nobody sleeps up here anymore. Those scullery maids are all gone now. I couldn't put you up there, though, in the attic, with all those empty beds. I didn't think it'd be very cheery. You're not just a scullery maid, you're my lady's maid. That means you deserve good lodgings. It'd be an insult to offer you any less than this. Now, it's getting late. You'll have to forgive me for rabbiting on. I've heard it's something I tend to do. It's a bad habit. One that's unbecoming for a lady. The housekeeper's warned me enough times. You reassure the princess to the contrary, smiling as you do. You do not mind if she talks too much. That is better than not talking at all. Her affable nature makes it easier to spend time with her. Manners be damned. You were always scolded, too, back in the conservatoire for your behavior. You know full well how aggravating it could be to be upbraided, not for any particular misdemeanor, but for being yourself. Okay, we got 5 minutes until I have to go and put this in the oven. Well, I'm glad you understand, the princess answers with a giggle. I really should be off, though. It is bad manners to keep you, especially when you look so sleepy. Get some rest. We can talk more tomorrow. If you don't mind my ceaseless prattle, I'm glad you seem to appreciate it at least. Though I'm sure you'll get tired of it eventually. All of my old maids did. The princess departs, and in her absence, you take a seat upon the bed, your new bed. You cannot help but think that this is all happening very quickly. It does not seem like very long ago. Princess bread? No, no, not princess bread. I'm making bread right now, so that's where my off and on BRBs. Well, no, this very last one technically has been. I gotta go put it in the oven after it's done sitting for a second. It does not seem like very long ago that you were still in the forest, running your life amongst the tall, imposing trees with their gnarled, grasping branches. I know, you were making princess bread. I'm making princess bread! Sheesh! Oh, how is the loading for New World going? The forest might as well be a distant memory now, though. You are indoors, inside a castle no less, and you have been given a room in which to sleep and clothes that you might wear. It seems premature still to declare that you are out of the woods in a metaphorical sense, I mean, but things could certainly be worse. You force yourself to stand on legs which feel too weary to support you, and change into night clothes hanging on the wardrobe. Oh, I've been in for a bit now, doing season stoof. What is season stoof? Are you meaning like season stuff? But using my language to describe that? I'm sure you've watched plenty of my streams to understand my language by now. The night clothes do not fit you perfectly, but you are too tired to care about that. I didn't want to say stuff, lol. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you finally loaded in. You are too tired to care about much of anything. You retreat to the bed and slide beneath its sheets. Then, you let your eyelids fall shut. You exhale. And lulled by the breeze which blows outdoors, you fall asleep. You are so very tired. Sleep is a dark, dark one. Darker even than the furthest abyss of the night time. Like the nighttime sky, however, which shimmers with stars, your sleep is not devoid of those prismatic fragments you humans call dreams. Though, in this case, I rather think your nocturnal imaginings are worth rather more than that. They are not dreams, are they? To which your slumbering mind is subjected? You know that they are not. Otherwise, your body would not be so very cold, not so clammy. The images that flicker beneath your closed eyelids, like ghastly images in a phenakistoscope were not conjured from within your mind. I'm not very well at some words. They are instead taken from your memories. You are not merely dreaming, you are remembering. You remember the girls who slept in your dormitory and how they always hastened to use the shower first, so you were last for breakfast. You remember how, when you finally did arrive in the dining hall, the most desirable morsels had already been snaffled up by the girls who got there earlier. It's time to put the bread in the oven, guys. I will be right back. Enjoy more of the chaos.
In a pixel sky where the colors blend, streaming dreams that never end, goofy smiles in a chaotic frame. Every heart beats the same. All
I thought Bob died, but he didn't.
I'm doing a great job.
You legit teleported on my screen. Like,
Yeah, it's because someone
you were getting eaten by it.
Prepping me for tonight.
Oh shit.
By the
Oh
way,
my gosh.
I was trying to drop
Skip.
it. I was trying to drop it.
Run!
We had a great time.
Skip, have you played The Legend of Monkey Island yet?
No.
Get out of me!
I can't hold the dog.
Judgment here, just open arms, a world of music, art, and charms. All are welcome, come as you are, from near, from far, under every star. Bubbles gather, safe in the glow. This is your place, I hope you know.
Yeah, totally did a great job. Purple-haired Aranara. What? Mew Queen. That is really good. Allie Mew Queen. Okay, so that wasn't a bad thing.
Okay, we got to have a Harry Potter. I haven't watched that movie series in forever. And I keep seeing clips of it on my YouTube shorts. That, and I keep hearing in my head, not May, not Hermione, you.
You did that so good too.
Fucking Skip came straight for me.
In a pixel sky where the colors blend, streaming dreams that never end.
Okay. I believe I just read that one. You struggled, too, to find a seat. Once you finally did get your hands on some food, because nobody ever wanted to sit with you. The other girls all acted like you were a leper, save for when they wanted favors. They never asked for these favors, mind. For why would they? For them, your father's prestige did not matter. They were all wealthy ladies, too. Many of them wealthier than you. When everybody has the airs and graces of a princess, how is anybody supposed to stand out? You stood out the least in your class, perhaps because you were one of the smallest, the frailest, the sickliest, who always came down with colds in the winter. Your poor health did not stop the other girls from treating you as a servant, though, when they remembered that you existed, of course. It was your lot in life, as you dwelt within the stone walls of the conservatoire, to carry school bags across the field like a pack mule. Then, come the evenings, the girls in your dormitory had you sewing on missing buttons and ironing out those creases and wrinkles in their uniforms. If there was an odd job that needed performing, you would always be asked. But these girls did not ask you. That would have been too civilized. They ordered you instead. And, as they ordered you, they laughed at you. They laughed and they laughed and they laughed. The laughter hurt, but it hurt considerably less than the kicks did, and the slaps and the pinches. Once, during an embroidery lesson, one of your classmates had an accident with her sewing scissors. She stumbled, or at least she pretended to, and before you knew it, the silvery blades of those scissors were embedded into your left palm. This happened quite some time ago, when you were even littler than you are now. Just so you know, that is not an actual word. But you can still remember it. It hurt a lot. The scissors were sharp and they perforated your skin, not all the way down to the bone, but enough to bleed. Your wound bled right. Thank you. Your wound bled bright red like strawberry jam all over your embroidery. Then, when your professor saw it, she shrieked. Her face turned as pale as whey, and she looked, for a few moments, as though she might faint, though you were the one who was in pain. Your professor looked at your face. She could not bear the look at your hand, then demanded to know why you could not have been more careful. Her tone had been an accusatory one, almost as if you had stabbed yourself in the hand with the scissors to goad her. The pain in your hand hurt, but the giggles of your persecutors hurt all the more. They never were punished for that. Perhaps your professor did not care enough to punish them. Perhaps she, like everybody else, thought it was all your fault. The wound, when all was said and done, was too deep. You did not even need any stitches. It healed well enough in time, on its own, though it still left a scar, a white raised thing, like a crescent moon. You still have that scar. You do not know how much blood you lost. It seemed like a lot back in the classroom. You could smell it in the air, sharp as iron. But it could not have been that much, evidently. If your wound had been more serious, perhaps your professor might have cared. Perhaps your classmates, too, would have felt some modicum of guilt over what they did. But this seems very unlikely. You know that your blood meant nothing to your classmates. Why should it? If you meant next to nothing, then the blood in your veins was, if that was a thing, if such a thing is possible, even more inconsequential. You feel disoriented when you awake, at long last, with the rising of the sun. You do not remember what you dreamt, but you do not think what your dreams were of a particularly pleasant nature. If they were, your heart would not be hammering so. Ill at ease, you glance around. You are lying in a narrow bed in an unremarkable room, one with dull beige walls and warped wooden floor. Where, exactly, are you? This does not look like your dormitory in the conservatoire. Not unless it's shrunk threefold overnight. Your brow furrows as you attempt to recall the events of the night prior, until, with a gasp, it all clicks into place. I remember now. You were running through the woods, trying to escape from. You shudder. You do not want to think of what it was you were trying to escape from. You presume that you must have given your hunter the slip, though, because you are still in one piece, awake and alert to face the dawning of a new morning. You still have all your limbs, and your facial features appear to be in the correct configuration. That is more than enough to be getting along with. You look to the foot of your bed, then blink, bemused at your discovery. You can see, lying upon the sheets, a garment, 2 garments actually, of white and black, folded into a neat white square. What could that be? A maid's outfit? If so, it would not be too surprising. You can now recall your visit with the princess the night prior, and her assertions that you must be her lady's maid. Well, if that is the role she wants you to assume, you have no qualms with it. It is far more preferable to the other role you played last night. That of a startled quarry running from its pursuer. Welcome back, Vic. Hi. How are you? How's game? You press your fingers against the humble maid's attire. It feels surprisingly soft to the touch, not coarse like you expected. I'm good. 2 chapters to finish it? Heck yeah! Good job! I'm glad you're doing well. These clothes are rather fine. Did the princess put them here? If so, that is all the more reason to wear them. You are not churlish enough to deny her hospitality. You rise from your new bed, then undress yourself, unbuttoning the front of unbuttoning the front of your plain white nightgown and setting it aside. This task accomplished, you then clad yourself in your new attire, black, white, and admittedly sensible. You feel very far away from the girl that you once were. Your face might be the same as always, but something within you seems to have changed. You are no longer a student. Not as long as you mean to reside within the princess's castle. You would far rather be her servant. Assured of your newfound identity, you retreat from your chamber. Then make your way to your mistress's room. The castle is a large one with many, many rooms, and many, many hallways to connect them, and for a brief while you find yourself horrendously lost. You cannot remember where the princess's bedroom is. You are beginning to feel rather disoriented when, to your relief, your eyes snag upon the stairwell, which looks rather familiar. Could this be the way? You ascend these steps, your footfalls cushioned by the plush carpet which lines them. Then you find your way down the very same hall you traversed the night prior. If your memory does not fail you, then the princess's bedroom ought to be... Yes, it is here. You rap upon the door but receive nothing in the way of a response. Is the princess still abed? You wonder briefly whether you oughtn't wait until she has risen from her own accord, but no. The sun is high in the sky, and it would seem a shame to let the princess sleep through the day. You ought instead to rouse her. That seems like the sort of duty a lady's maid should attend to. You enter the princess's bedroom and glance about. Her room looks much the same as you remember it from the night prior, though the ceiling seems even higher when viewed in the wan's morning's light. You can see, now that there are fewer shadows to impede your view, how very opulent your young mistress's abode is. Her armoire is large and imposing, as is the grate in which you will be expected to keep a fire lit during the nights. The princess herself, meanwhile, is curled on her side beneath the sheets, looking rather less grandiose than her title would suggest. She is attired in a nightgown adorned with frills, and her hair is split across the pillow like a spilled gold. In her slender arms, meanwhile, held to her chest, is a doll, the very same one she was cossetting last night. You suppose this doll must be her favorite. Idly, you wonder what this doll's name is, though you do not suppose it matters all that much. It is time to awake your mistress. You call out to the princess, but she is largely unresponsive. Her eyelashes are sewn tightly shut, and her lips pursed in slumber. You purse your lips too, and sigh. Well, nobody ever said your job would be easy. Once again you call to the princess, and this time she replies. Her response is not a favorable one, however. She sighs, then turns away from you. Her doll clutched to her chest. Just give me a little longer. The princess sounds so enfeebled, but you do not take a pity on her. If you have learnt anything from the conservatoire, save for knowledge pertaining to the respiratory tracts of fish, is that one must be cruel to be kind. You do not think this adage was practiced with any great success in the conservatoire, but perhaps it will be more of an impact upon the princess. You tell her once again to wake up more sternly this time. You will not let her sleep, for she has slept long enough already. It is very slovenly, really, to still be abed at such an hour. Oh. Defeated, the princess sighs. All right. I can see that I can't twist you around my little finger. I'm up. You don't need to nag me. Once you have roused the princess from her bed and you have put her doll to one side, you've set upon her toilet. You aid the princess in brushing her hair, a chore in which she submits willingly, like a cat might allow its fur to be brushed. You allow yourself to ponder as you run the bristles of the princess's brush through her hair. How wonderfully soft it feels against your skin. But a curiously query from the princess. Are you alright, my dear one? Brings you back to your senses. You were rather lost in thought there. Look lively now. You wouldn't want the princess to catch wind of your salacious thoughts, would you? I thought that you had learnt your lesson about that already. Suitably chastened, you finish with the princess's hair, then set the brush aside. Now that the princess's tresses have been taken care of, you must start on her attire. The princess remains seated upon the edge of her bed, looking up at you askance. She does not ask you to avert your eyes, and nor does she make any motion of divesting herself of her nightgown. It really does seem that she expects you to undertake this task on your own. Is that all right? You ask the princess as much. You would not wish to impinge upon her modesty, but she only laughs. Yes, that's all right. It's what you're supposed to do if you're to be my lady's maid. I'm used to being dressed and undressed. I'm not a bit squeamish about it. She might not be squeamish about it, but you are. You have never been asked, you have never seen a naked woman before accepting yourself. Even then, however, you have always dressed and undressed furtively, not wanting to examine your body for longer than is strictly necessary. You have never much liked the way that you look. You make a few more mumbled objections, but the princess sweeps them to one side easily. It's alright. I might be a princess, but we're both people underneath all of our clothes. I doubt we look much different. You are not sure about that. You have not yet seen the princess unadorned, but you already know, to look at her face, that you are different. She is much, much prettier than you are, but she is waiting, and you do not wish to keep her any longer. You steady your nerves. Then you reach out with trembling hands and you begin to undo the buttons which run down the front of the princess's nightgown. You work as quickly as you are able, which, given how badly your hands are shaking, is not very. You fumble with a couple of buttons, flinching as you do so. The princess, however, seems blissfully unaware of what it is exactly you are doing. Or not doing, for your fingers have begun to seize up with the front of her nightgown. She is not even looking at you. Instead, her gaze is directed beyond your shoulder to the windowsill and the sky beyond it. It isn't particularly sunny, but I don't think it's too cold outside. Going for a walk might not be a bad idea. What do you think, dear one? You think that you would like to finish undressing the princess as soon as possible so you can make some progress on dressing her again. The sight of all this exposed skin is bad for your heart. Fortunately, you were able to make quick work of the princess's nightgown despite your initial mishaps, spurred on, perhaps, by your anxiety. You bid the princess to stand, which she does, and neatly she steps out of her nightgown, her motions once again as graceful and as fluid as a dancer's. This task completed, you search hurriedly, worriedly, for the princess's red dress. Where is it? You cannot find it. Swept against a prickle on the back of your neck, your palms meanwhile feel uncomfortably clammy. The moments passed awkwardly, uneasily, as you search, the princess standing there, all the while, as naked as the day she was born. Why, you did not find her day dress before you stripped her of her night one. What a fool you are! The princess, noting your panic, giggles and says, "Are you looking for my dress?" "Yes," you reply, your face flushed. "That is what you were doing." "I thought so. I did wonder before you started undressing me why you'd not asked where it was. May it slipped your mind?" It had slipped my mind, yes, to your shame. You were too busy trying to fixate upon the princess's bared skin to think about how best to conceal it. "My dress is in my armoire," the princess says, glancing over the aforementioned piece of furniture. That armoire of hers is an intricately carved wooden structure, large enough, or so you estimate, to fit inside it enough dresses to attire a whole ballroom's worth of princesses. "I'd like to wear one, the red one. It is my favorite. Would you be a dear and fetch it for me?" "I don't want to rush you, but it is rather cold in here, especially while I'm still naked." She raises a good point. You turn away from the princess and make your way to armoire. Once there, you open its wooden doors and peruse the clothes hanging within. It is just as you expected. Inside that wardrobe lies numerous dresses, all of them finely sewn and decorated with no shortage of ribbons, lace, or iridescent pearls. You find the princess's red dress soon enough, then hurry to her side. With your spoils in hand, you hurry to dress her, concealing once again the princess's pale skin beneath her layers upon layers of soft red velvet. She is easier to look at now, you think? Her skin concealed. You might have been the most nerve-wracking task you have ever had to accomplish, even more so than your perilous escape through the foggy forest. Why, it seems a small miracle you can still remember how to breathe. Ah, that's much better. Thank you, dear one, for your help. You've not been here for a full day, but I've already wondered what I'd do without you. Shyly, you assure the princess that you did nothing, really. Nothing beyond your job. You did nothing. You did not do anything incredible. And, in any case, being complimented by somebody so pretty is embarrassing. Aw, don't be like that. I want to compliment you. Why shouldn't I, when you've been so helpful? It'd be rude not to. And anyway, I think you're very pretty too. Oh my. Your face flushes from this, more deeply than ever before. You ought to count yourself lucky, really, with all of this excessive blushing, that the princess does not seem to possess any vampiristic tendencies. You are making yourself quite the easy target. Now, the princess declares, why don't we go for a walk? It is a nice enough day, and I get so very bored of being cooped up inside. You can't think of any particular objections to raise to this remark, and you think that the princess might have a point. The castle, though expensive, is somewhat stifling. The walls are so very thick. They put your mind of a crypt. With your acquiescence assured, the princess quits her chamber, her posture elegant, and her gait unhurried. She seems not to walk as she navigates her way through the seemingly endless hallways of her home, but to float like a cloud. The hem of her dress switches around her legs, and her hair shifts like a shroud. The castle's courtyard, meanwhile, is sadly lacking in comparison to the princess's beauty. Okay, guys, it looks like we're gonna have to end here. All this talking is really hurting my throat. We are going to find somebody to read out to. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. So there's the raid 1 message. There's the subbed raid messages. There's Discord if you would like to join. We will be live again on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We are going to go and raid. Who are we raiding? We've got Pixels, Ember, We're gonna go raid Ember. But we can talk until we go out, because I'm not really sure when. So, how did you guys enjoy the stories? So we had the first one. The first one had to do with basically trying to date ourselves out of a situation. And then we have this one, which we get to meet a beautiful princess after running away from what seems to be a scary situation. Possum? Well, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I hope you guys have a lovely night. I'm not sure how long until it says we're gonna raid, but thank you so much for being here and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye guys!